Hello and welcome to the November 21st edition of The Pulse, your weekly Redline source for news and sports from all around MHS. Thanks for joining us. I'm Blake Kelly.
And I'm Morgan Kite. This week we've got a class rep check-in, information about a new turf field, and much more. Stay tuned, we've got it all covered just for you.
Now that homecoming has ended, it seems that the class board's job is done, but we still have a whole year in front of us. Jane Nolan headed out this week to talk to our class representatives to find out what each class is up to.
When we asked the general student population what fundraisers they're planning now that homecoming is over, this was the common response we got back.
I don't know about any.
Sir? No, don't ask me,
I don't know. Lunch?
Hi. Luckily, each grade has their own class board to plan fundraisers and ensure that the school year is going smoothly for their class.
So we're getting sworn in next week, and then we're planning on doing a lot of restaurant fundraisers like Red Robin, and it's going to be really fun.
You can pie a class board member in the face, as well as pie 5 of these amazing teachers. So make sure you donate.
We had a Sweet Frog fundraiser, and now we just want to continue doing restaurant fundraisers and then hopefully do a couple events here in the school to raise money and have a fun night here.
We're planning a lot of restaurant fundraisers, and we're trying to get a launch fundraiser set up. So we have a lot of great ideas in mind, and we're very excited to move forward with those.
It is clear that even after homecoming, the class board members make a continuous effort to keep Manchester High School thriving. From The Pulse, this has been Jane Nolan reporting.
Clearly, our class boards have a lot on their plate. Look out for upcoming fundraisers like the murder mystery and restaurant fundraisers that are in the works.
Last Thursday through Saturday, the drama department put on a show called The Laramie Project, and if you couldn't make it, you missed out on an emotional and moving play performed by MHS students. Joycelyn Quay was there to capture it for us.
Cry aloud, spare not, lift thy voice up like a trumpet, and show my people their...
This year's fall play, The Laramie Project, premiered on Thursday, November 13th and was performed 3 other times on Friday and Saturday. The Laramie Project, a show based on a true story, is about the people of Laramie, Wyoming, and the events that took place around the time of Matthew Shepard's beating, hospitalization, and death. This play was created by the Tectonic Theater Company and was intended to spread awareness on anti-gay hate crimes. It has impacted the cast and directors in so many ways, but now it's time to see what message the audience members received.
I thought that the Laramie Project was an awesome show, and I thought that the whole cast did a really good job of bringing this important story to life.
It was just absolutely incredible. I mean, from the moments that the light turned down, I was already in tears.
It is clear that the Laramie Project wasn't just a play, but a creative way of sending a message about hate, love, and change. From The Pulse, this has been Joycelyn Quay reporting.
Great job to all the students of the Laramie Project. You put on a fantastic show. I heard that Principal Krieger said it was the best production she's ever seen.
Yeah, I have to agree with her. It was a fantastic show.
Definitely. The students here at MHS are really talented.
All right, now let's see where you should spot the Slapdash this week.
Remember, the objective of Spot the Slapdash is to find this tag that we've put up somewhere around the school. It's your job to find out where that Slapdash is located. When you see the tag, tell Mr. Larson where you saw it in an email for a chance to win this week's prize, this year's Manchester Road Race t-shirt, courtesy of Mr. Redmond.
Now, if you're wondering how you will find the Slapdash in such a big school, we've got a clue for you. This week's riddle is, just past double doors and down the hall, I can look at a shoe with wings on a wall.
If you think you know what the answer is, email Mr. Larson at b11elars@mpspride.org for a chance of winning this year's Manchester Road Race t-shirt.
All right, Manchester, it's time for the ups and downs of MHS in one quick adventure. Get ready, this is your world in 90 seconds. The Ski and Snowboard Club will be holding a mandatory safety meeting on December 3rd at 3 p.m. in room 293 for all members.
Our swim team is in need of certified lifeguards after school for practices and meets. If you are interested, please contact Mr. Boudelier.
No Shave November is an event where students show off their facial hair, both real and artificial, to promote awareness for prostate cancer. Participants will be judged on November 26th during Power Hour in the Student Activities Office.
All 9th grade boys who are interested in trying out for this year's freshman basketball team should report to a very important meeting on Friday, November 21st at 2:20 in the cafeteria.
All boys in grades 10 through 12 who are interested in trying out for the junior varsity or varsity basketball teams are expected to report to an organizational meeting on Friday, November 21st at 2:30 in the cafeteria.
Tryouts for winter cheerleading will be held on Monday, December 1st through Thursday, December 4th from 3 to 5 p.m. in the cafeteria.
Girls basketball tryouts will be on Monday, November 24th. Tryouts for grades 10th, 11th, and 12th will be at 3 o'clock in the main gym, and freshmen will be at 6 o'clock.
All other winter sports, including wrestling, swimming, and indoor track, begin December 1st. All medical forms for winter sports are due before the first day of tryouts or practice. On November 4th, the town of Manchester held a vote to pass an $84.2 million referendum for modernizing Manchester public schools. The vote came down to a difference of about 1,300 votes, with 8,386 in favor to 6,933 opposed.
Within the past referendum, which includes a new turf field and resurfaced track, which seems to be a popular discussion, especially after an article on Redline that stated that the turf field may be red. Izzy Harris brings us to a few students to hear what they think about how the new athletic field should look.
Recently, the town voted yes to the referendum for a new turf field and other renovations to Manchester High School athletics. So, MHS, what changes would you like to see to the athletic field?
What I would like to see in the field is the combination of a green turf with a red track. I don't like the idea too much of a red turf just for the athletes that actually have to play on it. I think that would be not unsettling for them.
I think the athletic turf field should be red because it looks cool.
I think the red turf field would be good for MHS. It's a good idea.
I think it should be red because it will look pretty.
I personally believe that we should get a green turf field because they look nice.
Also don't agree with a red turf with a red track. I just don't like that combination. And with a black track, it would break down more due to the sun. So I think I'd go with the green turf and the red track.
I think we should get red all around, so like red turf and a red track.
From The Pulse, this has been Izzy Harris reporting.
Yeah, hopefully we'll get more information on what color they choose for the turf soon. So.
Yeah, definitely. It's interesting to see how that plays out. Yeah. Now, speaking of sports, let's check in with Connor Dion bringing us this week's review booth.
Oh hey, I didn't see you there. Come on, let's sit down and talk about this year's fall sports.
Hello everyone, welcome to this edition of the Review Booth. I'm Ariel Ferrando.
And I'm Connor Dion. Today we'll be looking at fall sports in its entirety.
Yep, and first things first, football. New coach and not a bad record.
Yes, they did do a great job, and they'll be losing some seniors this year, quite a bit of talent, but I have hope for next year. And next we'll be looking at volleyball. Volleyball had a really good year this year, almost made it to states. Solid effort.
Yep. And girls soccer with not a bad season.
Not bad at all, and they did exactly what we wanted them to do. They beat East Catholic.
That's right, Connor,
on senior night, too.
Amazing.
Boys soccer team is led by two great captains, and every game was pretty close. I mean, we went to a couple of them, and they were pretty close.
Yeah, definitely.
And they definitely did not deserve the record that they got.
I'll say.
And next we have boys cross country with a very, very solid record, 12-2. What a great year for the boys.
That's amazing.
Amazing. And Joe Ruggiero, going to states, did a great job representing MHS.
And girls cross country with a very, very impressive record of 5 wins and only 2 losses.
They have a very, very solid team, and next year they will be loaded with
great runners. And last but not least, the girls' swim team was at kind of a disadvantage this year because they had no divers.
Yeah, with no divers, they still got 2 wins, so I mean, that's still pretty impressive.
I'd say so.
Well, this seems to be the end of the review booth. This has been Connor Dina.
And this has been Ariel Ferrando.
It's been a pleasure spending this experience with you.
The robotics team Geared Up traveled to South Windsor to compete against 50 teams from Connecticut and Massachusetts. All teams competed in the 65 elimination rounds. Manchester 822A, led by Ken Lippo and Corey Boucher, sailed through all the quarterfinals, semifinals, and won this year's first VEX Skyrise competition. Before we go today, we'd like to turn your attention to a very special moment on November 19th. After the school had cleared out, students and staff were busy at work preparing for a proposal. Caesar Sepulveda, a Manchester High School alum, waited patiently in the stairwell as his girlfriend of 7 years headed his way.
Gracia Chinea had no idea that any of this was happening, and as soon as she walked through those doors, members of the Manchester High School Orchestra started playing, and Caesar got on one knee to propose.
Gracia said yes, and now the two high school sweethearts became happily engaged and afterwards celebrating in the Silk City Cafe among friends and family.
Our reporters were there to capture this once-in-a-lifetime moment for the couple. Congratulations to Mr. and Mrs. Sepulveda.
All right, MHS, The Pulse will not be airing next week as our sister program, Manchester Monthly, will be airing instead. But we will be back the week after Thanksgiving weekend for more weekly news from Manchester High.
And don't forget to follow us on Twitter at MHSRedProd for updates about our program. I'm Morgan Kite.
And I'm Blake Kelly. Have a great weekend, Manchester.